Hello everyone, welcome to this next edition of Market Rubru. Today I have with me Brijesh. If you remember, we had done a video. I had done a video with him on 6th May on a very laid back strategy. In fact, the name of the strategy was laid back, which was to be looked at only once in a week, which is the weekend, and the action was supposed to be taken the next Monday. So that time, of course, Brijesh was not a part of Definedge, and as you all know, he's a part of Definedge now. So this is the first video with him, and going forward, there'll be lots of videos on a very regular basis from him, almost one a day, maybe 2, 3 a week, something like that. So that is what we have planned, and we will have lots of content from Brijesh. So welcome Brijesh to the Definedge family. And why we are doing this video today is there were lots of questions from viewers about that strategy, because a lot of people have seen how well it works by doing just a 10-minute job over a weekend, and then you have to do literally nothing. So it is a lot of people ask how can it be so simple, and over the last 6 months, it has been very clear from the charts. Of course, it was a bull market, and these kind of systems will work in a bull market only, but they give exits also. So there are lots of questions which people ask, and this is a follow-up video to that video, and that's why we are recording it today. So, Brijesh, if you can quickly explain that system so that whoever has not seen that video, it's just a sort of a system in a nutshell.
So before I start the video, I would thank AP sir for though being not being a part of Definedge and on the platform in the May as he said, and again thanking me for inviting on to the Definedge team as well, so that we grow together. Uh, well, just start about a system. It's very simple system. As I said, we scan on a weekly, and I guess those are trade point users are there, a number of users, and we have published that system in R zone as well. So if in case you are using R zone, go into the R zone scanners, open high low close scanner, and there is a public library called Laidback. Go on to that. The most question which I got from the R zone user was that they are not getting the stocks when they are scanning on a regular basis. There is an option called daily, weekly, monthly. Okay, most of the people are clicking on the daily and scanning the stocks, and that's the reason they are not getting the exact list which I have been releasing on a regular basis. So just click on a weekly. I just explained the system once again. If you look at this is a system which I have showing on a screen. The system stays very simple. It's a weekly chart to be scanned on every post market Friday once the data is updated, or Saturday. I generally do on Saturday because Saturday is a free time. The system says when the RSI 100 period, I'm taking 100 period RSI because I'm taking 2 years of data or the momentum on the charts. When it is goes above 55, so if you look at this RSI over here, there are two lines. The above line is 55 and the bottom is 50. So as soon as it closes above 55, I'm entering the trade onto the Monday. Okay, this is a simple entry rules. There are exit rules as well. There are a couple of exit rules. The first one is when the RSI falls below 50, which is the lower pink line over here.
If that happens, that will happen very immediately, right? It won't.
Yeah. If in case, see, there are two things to look at. If in case the stock goes into consolidation for a longer period, RSI will automatically go long and it will again. Or in case the breakout is a failure and stocks rebound, or I would say inversely momentum आता है जब a sudden fall is there, automatic RSI will go below 50. So both time you'll get an exit. Okay. Or in case the stock is trending at a higher pace, and see, it's a market, it will not go in a straight line. There is a consolidation phase, there is a rally phase, there is a fall phase. Automatically, your Donchian channel, which I'm using over here, this is basically the 62 period low. Okay, I'm taking 62 period because हमने बहुत सारे apps में देखा है, बहुत सारा technical studies किया है. All Tom, Dick and Harry people follow 52 week lows or 52 week highs. Okay, दैट्स द रीजन यार. बहुत बार मैंने ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस भी किया है जहाँ 52 वीक लो स्टॉक हिट करता है एंड देन इट रिबाउंड्स. ओके, द क्लासिक
you're adding that kind of cushion to that.
cushion to it, and the reason is 62 because Fibonacci number है, and you know I am more of into the harmonics and Fibonacci, so वो मेरा थोड़ा biasness और liking आ जाता है. But back testing result में also I got 62 was one of the best. I remember one trade I bought in Nestle in 2017 or 18 probably. 2020 के लो में hit 52 week lows
Okay.
It did 62-week lows.
Okay.
And it was hardly a couple of percent higher than 62-week lows, and still the trade is going on. So that's the one of the best advantage. That's the reason I use it.
Yeah, that was the main thing. In fact, I urge you to see that video once again, because we won't be able to cover everything, whatever we discussed in that video. If anyone wants a link to that old video, the link is given in the description below. This is a strategy for long-term holding. This is not for quick T20 matches. This is not a very short term. This is always for long-term, at least a few months minimum. Sometimes it can go even a couple of years. So anyone who is interested in short-term, this is not a strategy for you. This is purely for long-term.
So I would say we both are a cricket fans. So I would say it is slightly higher than Test match, but World Cup to Champions Trophy and Champions Trophy to World Cup. So such kind of trades you will get in these, where it goes from slightly years to years.
Okay, so this is the system, and in fact there is an exit also. Exit ka jo rule tha, if you can explain.
Yeah, so exit is basically again when RSI goes below 50 or it hits 62-week low, which is the red line over here on the price chart. So either of the one, if it hits, you exit the trade. Simple rules.
Okay, so even if you say this is the Donchian channel, this is only the low. Basically, it is nothing but last 62-week low of the price. That's all. So Donchian channel, people get confused. So this is basically the last 62 weeks low. As simple as that.
Yeah, simple as that.
So okay, so now coming to some questions which we have been asked. The problem is ever since May, when we made that video, we have been in a bull market, and everyone knows how mid cap and small cap have rallied. And there have been so many stocks which have met this criteria. And then two main questions which people have been asking us is, first of all, how to decide the number of stocks. It is impossible for anyone to buy every. In fact, I have seen almost every week there are at least 3-4 stocks which have been coming over the last 6 months, which are getting triggered in this pattern. So every 3-4 weeks, every week there is a new. There are at least 3-4 new stocks which come in the which meet the criteria. So it is impossible that anyone can buy 3-4 stocks every week plus carry the old ones. So that is impossible. So what is your solution to that?
See, initially when I built the system, I faced the same problem. Okay. Then I was reading a book on portfolio management and risk management. Okay, I got an idea of using the same concept on this strategy. So what I'm using is I'm using a portfolio. Okay, take a mix of large caps, mid cap, and small cap. Okay. I don't prefer micro caps because micro caps में बहुत बार होता है कि तेजी बाजार में तो सब अच्छा दिखता है. Everything turns out to be the gold. But मंदी के बाजार में
एलिवेटर से नीचे आते हैं.
Okay, yeah, एलिवेटर से नीचे आते हैं, and even you don't get the price of a stone as well because liquidity का problem है. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken 40% large cap, okay, 40% mid cap, 20% small cap. Now again there is a problem of capital exhaust हो गया तो क्या करोगे? You bought 40% stock, okay. Another way to look at is I generally keep on riding the stocks. At certain point in time वो पैसा profit में कोई तो trade आपके profits में चले जाएंगे. When there is a profit, I try to book partial amount and reinvest into the
free
new
up
stock.
some capital.
Free up some capital, reinvest in the stocks which are coming into the new basket or every week. As you said, तेजी के बाजार में सब अच्छा दिखता है. Okay, बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि कोई वीक, especially if I just remember August, July August के महीने में थोड़ा सा एक pullback आया था मार्केट में. Okay, and when the September momentum started or October momentum started, एक वीक 15 stocks भी आते हैं. Okay, so that's the problem when the bull market starts. Okay, and as I said, मैं 100 वीक्स का मोमेंटम ले रहा हूँ बिकॉज अगर ऐसे मोमेंटम स्टार्ट होता है तो बहुत सारे स्टॉक्स आना स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे ट्रेंड के साथ. ओके, तो दैट पॉइंट इन टाइम आई प्रीफर कि भाई मेरे पास जो पैसा कोई स्टॉक पैसा दे रहा है तो आई बुक सम प्रॉफिट्स, रीइन्वेस्ट इनटू द न्यू स्टॉक व्हिच आई एम कमिंग.
That is one way. Another way is whichever stocks come, and let's say you have some capital reserved for new buying, and suddenly 10-15 stocks come, you can use some other strategy to filter out from the stock, maybe a RS strategy or some other strategy. So usme se whatever is better than among those 10-15.
Yes.
So that is the way of shortlisting. I mean, I agree that it is impossible to buy every single stock which meets the criteria every week.
So another way of looking is as you said, RS का example. Okay, I remember I was very bullish into the metals back in 2011. Realty I was very bullish. हमने बहुत बार discuss भी किया था, आपको याद होगा तो. And all of a sudden ना July, August, September 2021 में RS के स्कैनर में ट्रेड पॉइंट के बहुत सारे मेटल स्टॉक्स आ रहे थे. And at that point in time मेरे laid back strategies में भी आना start हो गए थे. So I think yes, these meta stocks are coming back, and I try to increase my stake into these meta stock because RS में तेजी दिख रही थी, laid back में भी तेजी आ रही थी.
Right.
So then you can use those kind of strategies.
In fact, one more beauty of this system is a lot of people. Why we are taking this example is because when we made this video, he had talked about Suzlon, where we discussed that a lot of people have been talking about buying Suzlon when it was 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 6, all the way down for the last 4-5 years. And he had shown the example of Suzlon chart where it was very clear that Suzlon had not come as a buy on this trigger, on this system at all. But I think 2 months back, Suzlon came in this strategy, and if you can show the chart,
Yes.
change numerator.
So I guess as you said, हम लोग ने मई में record किया था video.
6th May.
Okay, 6th May. Okay, so if I just go on to the back 2014, 13, 12. Yes, over a year. Okay, so right, we got an exit 2008.
That was the previous Suzlon bull run.
Okay, Suzlon bull run, and since then every day people are interested in investing there. Back now in we did on May, we got the buy in June. Okay, so if you just let me zoom out again. Okay, so 2008 to 2023, 15 years तो कोई trade नहीं है इसके अंदर. Okay, and that's the reason we highlighted over there in video. But now if you look at this. Okay,
that was the first time
this was
RSI
the
crossed
first buy.
55.
Yes. Okay,
Weekly chart.
yes. Okay, June 2000, start of the June 2020.
And that time it was 15 rupees.
14 rupees.
No, 14 rupees.
14 rupees, yeah. So 14 rupees पे for the first 15 years के बाद, and I remember मैंने Definedge forum पे ये article भी लिखा था कि Suzlon after 15 years it is coming into a buy, and that's the reason I like this laid back strategy. 15 years अगर कोई stock नहीं आ रहा है, and see whenever we go to a event, whenever सर को भी मालूम होगा, किसी से भी हम event में बात करो, सर Suzlon क्या लगता है? ट्विटर पे भी Suzlon क्या लगता है? Suzlon अगर 10% कोई भी ऊपर चला गया तो 10 number of people are looking, अरे ये Suzlon में bottom हो गया, Suzlon में bottom हो गया. I guess laid back में I got buy after 15 years.
In fact, इसमें एक problem है which I'll tell you because again like you said we meet a lot of people who are in the market, and जिन लोगों ने 30, 35, 25, 20 पे लिया था, they will be looking for an exit now because उनको cost आया है.
Cost आया, yes.
That is another problem of buying blindly without any system. तब लिया था, चलो अभी 25 के बाद 6 भी देखा है तो अभी वापस cost आए तो निकल जाओ.
And
this is a buy on the system now.
Yeah. 37, 40 rupees कितने टाइम के बाद आया? I guess maybe 2017, 16, 17. This was the time when 2011 के बाद अभी प्राइस आ रहा है 37 rupees. So ऐसा लगता है 10 साल बाद मेरा भाव आया, किसी को लगता हो.
Yeah, it's a natural reaction कि चलो मेरा पैसा निकल रहा है तो निकल जाओ.
Human psychology है. Yeah. So yes, I think this is playing out very very well. And in case अगर आपको forum पे जाके article read करना है, you can find.
Yeah, forum is a free forum for everyone. You can just go to the forum.definedgesecurities.com and you can look for the past articles also.
Yeah.
So जैसे ये Suzlon का example है, so of course we won't go into much into detail, but now अभी there are 2 more buzzing stocks which are all over the place as far as news is concerned. I mean they are behaving similar to Suzlon. जैसे Suzlon का last 5-10 years में बहुत news आता था and a lot of people started buying. So similarly, there are 2 stocks which are in the news right now: Idea and JP Power. So what do you look at that? How do you look at that on the chart?
Again, a bloodbath stock.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with JP Power. So yes, a similar structure. Okay, दो हम लोग को एक बार बीच में buy दिया था 2021 में somewhere around 6 rupees. It got exited at same price 5.5. Okay. Now right at around हमको buy आया है 9.5 rupees, 9.5 rupees पे in start of September again. Okay, so as I said, जैसे मैंने start में बोला कि September में जब pullback आया था market में तो बहुत सारे stocks आपको scanner में दिखे होंगे. Okay, so in case you are into a JP Power kind of stocks invested पड़ा है, you can either look for a longs over here. Generally क्या होता है ना, इस सब stock में जब momentum start होता है, okay, it doesn't last for a short term period. And again, look at बहुत सालों के बाद इसमें
In
आपको
fact, long term
है.
chart now is looking very good.
Yes.
But then over the last 2-3 years, it was not looking good. That,
Yeah.
I mean, people were just buying blindly.
So again, laidback में अगर आप देखोगे तो 2011, 2010 के बाद कभी buy आया ही नहीं था. 2021 में आया. Okay, but it again gave a trigger follow up buying. So
Yeah.
yes, I guess इसमें एक possibility potential दिख रहा है, looking at the structure or chart pattern. Okay, coming on to the idea. Yes.
That is more interesting. In fact, that is more popular than JP Power as far as.
Yeah. I guess मुझे याद है अभी थोड़े दिन 2-4 दिन पहले ही देख रहा जब आइडिया के मोमेंटम आई थी. एंड आइडिया में शायद कोई न्यूज भी थी रिसेंटली. एंड इट वाज ट्रेंडिंग लाइक एनीथिंग. ओके, एंड स्टॉक प्राइस पब्लिक बोल रही थी 6 रुपए वाला स्टॉक 12 हो गया, डबल हो गया, ऑल दैट स्टफ. ओके, आई वुड स्टिल अवॉइड. ओके, लेड बैक में अभी तक मेरा बाय नहीं आया है.
अच्छा,
ओके,
पहला एग्जिट 200 में आया था.
पहला एग्जिट आया था मेरा यस अराउंड 150.
And that was in 2014.
उसके बाद कभी बाय नहीं आया.
Last 9 years there is no buy on idea.
I still avoid. डबल होने को, ट्रिपल होने को. See, I am kind of investor. महंगा लूंगा चलेगा, but better setup पे लूंगा.
There is no Nobel Prize in catching a bottom.
I don't prefer idea as of now. Though it trending है, सब है, news में है, people think turnover story है, penny stock, hidden gem, everything. But
so that is the power of having a system in which he says that a lot of news is being spread about idea. But unless it's now, as per you, when do you think it will get triggered? So problem is this cannot suggest at what price RSI will cross 55.
No. See, RSI calculations के दो parameters है. Either it should be a very quick momentum or either it should be a consistent momentum.
Right.
Okay, I don't know quick momentum आएगा या consistent momentum आएगा. अगर जब आएगा buy तब मैं लूंगा. मैं I am okay to buy at 25 also. But जब trigger आएगा तब मैं लूंगा ना. मैं necessary अभी लेके पैसा block करके कोई sense नहीं बनता है.
Yeah. पैसा ब्लॉक करेंगे तो फिर सुजलॉन जैसा last 14 years.
14 years Suzlon did nothing.
And like I said, when money is blocked, you tend to exit when you get back your cost.
Yes,
that is the problem.
अभी सुजलॉन 14 rupees में buy आया. We made a high of what 42, 3x हो गया.
44 I think.
42, 44. 3x मेरा स्टॉक हो चुका है. In a span of जो 14 साल से होल्ड करके रखे उनका भाव अभी आ रहा है. And for a span of 2.5 months or 3 months, I am into a 3x.
So that is one question. The another question is, let's say I want to look at a list of stocks which have given a buy as per the system. So uska, if you can just briefly explain ki look back period करके, if you can, I mean, this is something which like it is a do it yourself which people can do themselves on the scanner.
Yes. So अगर मैं scanner में जाता हूँ, end of this scanner. So if I just go into the look back period, whatever strategy you, okay, so this is the zero is the current week. Okay, so अगर मेरे को previous week में देखना है, I'm on Monday or I'm on Tuesday, कि मेरे को previous week में क्या trade है, I'll go on to the one. Okay, अगर आपको उसके पहले वाले week में जाना है, say probably 2 weeks back, okay, तो you just select 2.
So
whatever time frame.
Zero is the zero weekly candle, which is current weekly candle. One is the previous week candle. 2 is the
उसके पहले वाला.
ओके,
सो अगर आपको समझ लो कि मुझे देखना है कि जनवरी 2023 में जस्ट कैलकुलेट द नंबर ऑफ वीक्स बैक एंड वहां पे वो नंबर डाल दो. आपको जनवरी में कौन से स्टॉक की लिस्ट आई थी वो आपको आइडिया आ जाएगा. 2020 का लिस्ट है तो आपको थोड़ा मेहनत करके वो वीक्स कैलकुलेट करके इसमें डालने पड़ेंगे. सो यू जस्ट कीप थिंग इन माइंड. अगर आपको कोई भी वीक का चाहिए, गो ऑन टू द 1, 2 और 3.
Yeah. Now, apart from this, I think we have answered the few questions these people have. Apart from this, there is another very beautiful thing which is possible once you identify a stock. There are two kinds of people. There are people who, for some reason, have missed buying it earlier because maybe they have their funds locked somewhere else, or some people have lack of conviction in the system. पूरा भागने के बाद ही उनको लगता है यार ये लेना चाहिए था. So, if that happens, then you can go to a point and figure chart. On a 1% point and figure chart. These are all, like for example, here this was a place where Suzlon gave a buy around 14. उसके बाद typically when a stock is very strong in momentum, there will be anchor columns on even on a 1% chart. All you have to do is just buy the follow through. What is a follow through on anchor on a point and figure chart? It is once you have an anchor column, then there is a column of O and the next column of X which crosses the previous high of X. That is a double top buy on a 1% EUD chart. So that follow through buy you can. So here you could have bought at 18, or यहाँ पे you could have bought at 23. Of course, stop loss will be far away, but you can use the stop loss as per this point and figure chart. Whatever is the double bottom sell or below moving average I mean, typical standard point and figure trading strategies. But once you have identified the stock based on the laid back strategy, ऐसा नहीं है कि वो immediately Monday को नहीं लिया तो गया हाथ से. बाद में also you can enter and that also helps. So this was another question. The last question is, lot of people have
Sir, I
fear
have
of
a question. ये आपने पॉइंट एंड फिगर बताया, फॉलो अप इज आल्सो गुड. ओके, जनरली लीड बैक में क्या होगा ना, जब वो लीड बैक में बाय आएगा तो ऑलरेडी एक मोमेंटम
इनफैक्ट एंकर कॉलम में ही होगा.
एंकर कॉलम में होगा. और सर ये होली ग्रेल है क्या?
होली ग्रेल तो कुछ होता नहीं है. Lead, in fact, that is a very standard logical thing कि RSI 55 क्रॉस हो रहा है मतलब there is momentum and momentum है मतलब anchor column तो होना ही है. So one thing, in fact, you can see on any chart which has triggered in the past, whenever the stock gets triggered on a weekly 55 RSI, वो anchor column में ही होगा
या एक बड़ी bullish candle ही दिखेगा.
If you are thinking कि मैं next follow through में लूंगा, no, because next follow through can come maybe after 20-30% rise.
Yes.
तो वो रिस्की है. तो डोंट लुक एट एंकर कॉलम फॉर द फर्स्ट एंट्री, डोंट लुक एट फॉलो थ्रू फॉर द फर्स्ट एंट्री. फर्स्ट एंट्री सीधा पानी में कूदना है, as simple as that.
Yes.
The PNF strategy which we are talking about is only for follow through if you miss the first entry. So that is one thing. The last thing which a lot of people have is a fear of heights. I remember in the video which we did in May, I think Adani Enterprises का example था,
yes.
as per the laid back strategy कुछ 180-200 में buy आया था. It went up all the way to 4,000, I think.
Yeah.
And then the exit came at 2,000 rupees somewhere. So that is something which a lot of people are scared about. कि suddenly कुछ news आया या whatever, anything can happen in stocks, and then that fear of losing out that 2,000 rupees. ठीक है, it did give 4x, 5x, or maybe 8x from the buying. But ऊपर से जल्दी exit कैसा मिलेगा? So do you have any another way? Okay, following the strategy, exit is one thing. But those who have fear of heights, let's admit it. Everyone has fear of heights. I'm talking about heights of stock market. So I mean, there are Ukraine and Hamas, and there are so many news. So people want to have tight stop losses. Of course, in this there is no tight stop loss, but फिर भी there is something which can be done. So what do you suggest in that?
Yes, extremely good question. People fear because RSI laid back में क्या होता है ना, मेरा 62 पीरियड बहुत लंबा हो जाता है, एंड समटाइम्स RSI जैसे मैंने कहा कंसोलिडेशन जोन में गया या फास्ट फॉल आया. तो अदानी के केस में न्यूज के बाद बहुत फास्ट फॉल आ गया था. सो अगर मैं अदानी पे जाता हूँ, ओके, सो लेट मी पुट अदानी, एंड अदानी में हमको जैसे आपने बोला हमको एग्जिट आ गई थी एट Donchian low is 1528 पे. ओके,
मतलब बाय तो आया था
बहुत पहले आसपास.
It was still 7x, but उसके पहले it had gone to almost 4,000.
Yes. Okay. So there is one concept जो trade point में exclusive है, adaptive RSI. Okay. So if you look at this adaptive RSI,
so this is a very unique indicator which in fact we have been discussing internally, and Prashant has developed this and implemented on trade point. So this is an indicator which is exclusively on trade point, and this uses the concept of RSI, but this is a much smoothened RSI, and it removes all the small whipsaws which a typical RSI gives. So this is these are the two lines which come on the chart.
Yes. So let me remove this
other indicator, yeah.
And let me show one interesting stuff. Okay. So I'm just using this RSI 14/9. ओके, सो इफ यू लुक एट दिस RSI, यहाँ पर बहुत सारा डाउनसाइड गया था. ओके, आफ्टर दिस लुक बैक पीरियड, इफ यू लुक एट दिस रेंज RSI में अगर पूरे रेंज जोन में चल रहा था, बट अगर आप एडेप्टिव RSI देखोगे, इट क्लियरली गेव अ बाय. ओके, यहाँ पर आपको नो क्रॉसओवर एंड इट वाज कंटिन्यूअस ट्रेंड. ओके, एंड अगेन यहाँ पर मैं वीकली चार्ट यूज कर रहा हूँ बिकॉज मेरे को लॉन्गर ट्रेंड देखना है, मेरे को शॉर्ट ट्रेंड में कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. लेड बैक का रूल वही है, आई एम लुकिंग फॉर अ लॉन्ग टर्म पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. ओके, अब यहाँ पर आप देखोगे जैसे मेरे को डॉन्चियन में 1528 में एग्जिट आया. अगर मैं एडेप्टिव RSI देखता हूँ तो जैसे ही मेरा नेगेटिव क्रॉसओवर आया और उसके नीचे क्लोज आया,
that was near 3500.
yes, it was around 3426 का लो है और 3456 का क्लोज है, तो you might have exited at 3350 or 3400 नेक्स्ट वीक जो गैप डाउन था. ओके, दिस गिव एन अर्ली एग्जिट. ओके, तो ये एडेप्टिव RSI है जो एक्सक्लूसिवली ट्रेड पॉइंट में है. सो वी विल कम अप विद द वीडियो इन डिटेल एज वेल कि एडेप्टिव RSI क्या होता है, व्हाई इट इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम RSI एज वेल.
इनफैक्ट इसमें वंस यू गेट एन एग्जिट, अच्छा लगता है कि अच्छा एग्जिट मिला क्योंकि बाद में वो 1500 तक गया. बट The other fear is once you get an exit, suddenly वो ऊपर गया तो क्या? Then use that 1% PNF
Yes.
chart to take the buy on the next follow through.
Yes. So
Because
that's
कभी ऐसा हो सकता है कि Donchian Channel में 62 week low नहीं हुआ,
नहीं हुआ.
यहाँ पे तो exit मिला है, but it has gone up.
Yes.
Then you can always, because on that laidback strategy, it is still in a buy mode.
Buy mode.
So you can use the 1% PNF. So it is not going to be very frequent. There will be churning maybe once in few months or something like that,
Yes.
if at all.
Yeah. So I guess जैसे हमने उस टाइम पे भारतीय एयरटेल भी बात किया था. Okay. और फ्रेंकली लेडबैक स्ट्रेटेजी में भारतीय एयरटेल का मेरा एक्सपीरियंस उस वीडियो में भी मैंने बोला था.
तब बोला था कि अच्छा नहीं है, but after that it has performed so well.
Yeah, this time it has performed
50%
amazing. Yes, around 35-40% up है. And again using the same theory of adaptive RSI over here. यहाँ पर देखिए adaptive RSI ने bullish crossover दिया and it's smoothly selling. Okay, तो smooth selling अभी भी है. It's gaining good momentum. And frankly, जब मैं strategy बना रहा था, adaptive RSI था नहीं, which is exclusively.
Yeah, that is a recent indicator, and we have not talked much about it, but we will have a new video from him next week explaining the concept of adaptive RSI and how to use it on. In fact, it can be used on any time frame. It can be used on options also. It can be used intraday also. Here he's talking about weekly charts. I'm talking about 1 minute charts on intraday. So it can be used everywhere.
Everywhere. The idea over laidback is कि हम लोग short term नहीं देख रहे, हम लोग looking for a long term because we have a all set of clients. Okay, तो idea हो रही है कि मैं long term देख रहा हूँ और adaptive RSI is working very smoothly on weekly. Though I have as I say options के chart में मैंने अभी तक experience नहीं किया है and as he says कि options trend में बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहा है. I'll come with a detailed video on this.
Yeah. Okay, so this was the follow up to that video which we did in May on laidback strategy. So I'm sure a lot of questions have already been answered. In case you have further questions, you can comment on this video and definitely do subscribe to our channel, share it and like this video. And thank you, Brijesh, once again. And we look forward to many more videos from him in the coming days.
Yeah, sure. And in case you are not there on forum.definedge, do come there, definesecurities.com. Do come there, register. I regularly post articles over there on various ratio charts, various systems as well. So do follow us on forum as well. Forum is also free for everyone.
Yeah.
You just visit the website. There is there in the description as well.